Okay, let's take a look at some examples to help us further understand synonyms and antonyms and connotation and denotation. So in your handout, you've got a list of synonyms. So these are all words that mean the same thing. Each line has 3 words that mean the same thing. One of the words has a positive connotation or feeling to it. One of the words is neutral, kind of in between, not strongly positive or negative. And the last example is a word with a negative connotation. So in the first line, we have interested, questioning, and nosy. So the word, if I'm interested in something, then that's kind of a positive thing, right? If I'm nosy about it, that's kind of a negative way to say that I'm paying attention, right? If I'm questioning something, that could be good, that could be bad. It's kind of neutral. All right? Look at the next line. Employ, use, and exploit. So the word use, if I use something, that's fairly neutral. That could be good, that could be bad. To employ something has a more positive connotation. To exploit something is a very negative connotation, has a very negative connotation. But these are all synonyms: to employ, to use, and to exploit. All have the same denotation. The next line, thrifty, saving, and stingy. Thrifty, saving, and stingy. So if I save money, if I'm saving, that's good or bad, depending. It could be good, it could be bad. A good way to say that I'm saving, that I save money, that I'm careful about money, is to say that I'm thrifty. But a bad way to say that I'm careful about money is to say that I'm stingy. So they're all synonyms, but thrifty has a positive connotation. So they're synonyms, so they all have the same dictionary definition. But thrifty has a positive connotation and stingy has a negative connotation. Okay, so you can take a look at some more of those examples there. And then down at the bottom, we've got some words that we can try to develop some synonyms for. So let's stop with beautiful. Start with beautiful, not stop with it. Start with. Okay, think to yourself, if I'm describing something as being beautiful, what other words could I use to, what if I'm describing a person as being beautiful? What are some other words I could use to describe that person as beautiful? I could say lovely, or pretty, or gorgeous, right? Attractive. Those are all words that have the same denotation as the word beautiful. Now, notice this. Because the original word, beautiful, has a fairly positive feeling to it, all of the synonyms also have very positive connotations. Whereas before, we saw if the main word was a neutral word, like thin, we ended up having some positive synonyms and some negative synonyms. But if the original word is positive, then all of the synonyms are going to have a positive connotation too. Go down and look at the last one on that list, unhappy. Unhappy. If I want to think of some other words that mean the same thing as unhappy, think to yourself for a moment. If I want to describe someone as being unhappy, what other words might I use to describe it? I might say heartbroken, or sad. What else could I say? I can't think of any more at the moment, but heartbroken, sad. Anyway, maybe you can think of some more. But I haven't had enough coffee. So this is pretty negative to begin with. And so heartbroken is negative. Sad is negative. If the original word has a negative connotation to it, then all of the synonyms are going to have a negative connotation too. All right? Take a look at the word mean. Mean. We have the word mean on there. So if I want to describe a person as being mean, what are some other words I might use? I might say cruel, unkind. You can probably think of some more. But again, look, because this original word has a negative connotation, cruel is negative, unkind is negative. All right? All right, let's do something. Let's try the other ones. So these are synonyms. We can do the same thing with antonyms. We can think of antonyms for words. So look down, words that mean the opposite. So what if we have the word beautiful? What are some words that mean the opposite, have the opposite meaning? So we might think of ugly, hideous, unattractive. Right? So now, see what happens. The expected thing happens. Since these are opposites, they're antonyms, if this has a positive connotation, we're going to find that the antonyms all have a negative connotation. Let's try a different one here. How about old? Old. If we're looking for some, if we're describing a person as being old, what's the opposite of being old? The opposite is being young, right? Youthful. Right? Childlike, maybe. What are some other words that mean the opposite of being old? So, because, now, this is more of a neutral word, right? Something could be old, it could be good. Something could be old, it could be bad, right? Old meat, that's not good, right? Old wine might be better. Okay, so we're going to find that if this is neutral, then these could be positive or negative either way, right? So young is pretty good, youthful is pretty good, childlike is pretty good, unless you're saying somebody that's not behaving like an adult, then that would be more like childish, right? Childlike has kind of a positive connotation. Childish doesn't. That has a negative connotation. Okay, so this is some examples. What I want you to take away from this is we have the denotation of a word is the dictionary definition. The connotation of a word is the feeling that it carries. So synonyms mean the same or about the same as the original words. Antonyms mean the opposite as the original word, from the original words. All right? Okay, that's it.